Welcome to DivineDesign.me interview series. I'm Elizabeth and I'm here with Emily Shuler, and she is a personal trainer and also a good friend of mine. So welcome, Emily.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here with Elizabeth today.
How long have you been a personal trainer?
Well, I was doing some personal training before I left for college a couple of years ago, but I wasn't certified then. So I just got certified with the National Academy of Sports Medicine online during this whole coronavirus thing. Figured to make good use of time. And so I got certified at the end of April, and then I started actually practicing whenever the gyms opened back up, so like June-ish.
What made you decide to become a personal trainer?
I was very passionate about it, so I figured I would just do it.
What can you tell us a little bit about what made you passionate about becoming a personal trainer? Give us a little bit of your story.
So I was pretty overweight as a kid growing up, always. I have psoriatic arthritis, and I've had it since I was born, pretty much. And they didn't know a lot about it whenever I was younger, and so they gave us kind of misinformation, I guess, from back then of don't involve yourself in too much physical activity because it could hurt your joints or something like that. Definitely not true. But so by the time I was a junior in high school, I decided that I wanted to make some changes, and I had a really good friend, and she encouraged me to go sign up at our local gym. And so I started weightlifting, and it was just my thing. I just really, really loved it. Fell in love with it. I would go every day, multiple hours a day, and I just got really almost obsessed with anything like physical. I loved working out. And so I think that definitely started me on this journey and got me to where where I am today. Just because I saw the changes that it helped me go through physically, emotionally, mentally. It just helped me in a lot of ways. And I knew that other people needed that push, needed that help in the gym just to start them on their own path.
You mentioned about that connection you felt mentally, emotionally, physically. Do you feel like there is a spiritual connection with working out? And if so, how?
I feel like when you're taking care of yourself physically and you're putting good things into your body and you're doing something good with your body, I think it puts you in a better place to be able to feel the spirit more, to be able to feel the presence of God more, to have that more in your life. It's more of a release. It releases things in you that you didn't know needed to be, so that other things could feel it.
As a personal trainer, and I know you're just starting out, but what have you seen so far when it comes to, what do you feel like is the biggest mistake people make when doing workouts that you've seen so far?
I feel like the biggest mistake when working out is that you're not thinking about what you're doing. I see so many people that just go through the motions of the exercise, or maybe they're in their head, they're thinking, okay, just 30 more seconds, 20 more seconds, whatever it is, or maybe they're just one more rep, but they're not thinking about the muscles that they're using. They're not using your mind to perform the workout, they're just doing it. And in that, you lose so much potential to make every single repetition perfect, to make everything connect your mind to your body in a way that is just different than what you have done before. In reality, if you focus on doing the movement, it goes by a lot quicker, and you're getting a better workout, and it does allow you for that time to just take a step back from whatever might be happening in your life and just focus on making your body feel better.
So as a personal trainer, what do you feel like would be if there's 5 exercises that would, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I don't have time to do a full workout today. What would be 5 exercises that you would say, these 5 really should be, in your mind or at the top of your game, or you need to make sure you get these 5 in?
So I'm going to go with my personal preference of weightlifting or the traditional workout in most senses, you'd want to focus on 5 of the biggest muscle groups that you find yourself working the most. And so I would definitely add in squats. So just the general squat, keeping your knees behind your toes and focusing on contracting the glutes and your abs and other leg muscles, because those are some big muscles that we have in our body. That's one of the biggest, actually. So squats, and then if you don't have equipment, push up. But if you do have equipment, a bench press is what I prefer to work the chest. And then I would say most people have something lying around that's, you know, a little bit of weight that you can grab onto. Some curls, and when you curl up, you can also work your triceps on the way down. So again, thinking about each muscle. So when you come up, thinking about the bicep. When you come down, think about the tricep. It's pretty simple. So 4th, I would say a plank, working some core there to help with balance. And that is just a really pretty easy. If it's too hard to just be completely flat, you can do it on your knees, plank. And then the 5th exercise, I would say some lunges. Again, back to legs, because that is a part of the body that we use a lot. So just some lunges. I prefer reverse lunges because, again, I have arthritis, so my knees aren't as good. And going backwards, it helps protect the knee a little bit more than you do whenever you go forwards. So
yeah, that's good information. I never would have thought, like, some of the things you mentioned, I didn't realize. The going back with your knees, because I know a lot of the people I've talked to that are friends of mine say they have bad knees. So I think that's a good information for us to share that I wasn't aware of. And then also, I've never ever thought about what you said, thinking about the actual muscles as you're working them out, because I do, like you said, I kind of get caught up in the, you know, oh, let's get this over with or something like that with certain exercises that I do. Not all, but some, you know,
Right.
you kind of get caught up in thinking about, well, what do I have to do later this afternoon or whatever. So is there anything else like that, little tricks that you've kind of learned throughout just your life, you know, and exercising that you felt like, oh, you know, this is something that was new to me that maybe somebody else hasn't heard of before that you can think of off the top?
A piece of advice I think I would give anyone who is thinking about changing things in their life or including exercise or whatever it might be is find your activity that is appealing to you, that makes you want to go work out. You don't want it to be a chore. You know, there's so many ways to get your heart rate up, to exercise your muscles, to become better and healthier. That is the best advice. Even I, as a personal trainer, I do specialize in, you know, weightlifting, corrective exercising, that kind of thing. But even I, as a personal trainer, would encourage someone else to exercise in a different way if that is not their thing. But it's just your thing that allows you that time to think about your muscles, to think about releasing all the pressure of the day and getting your blood pumping, because that's what we really need.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming, and we hope that you enjoyed listening to Emily talk about her experiences, and she had a lot of really good advice. This is the first of many interview series that we will have on this channel, so we're glad that you joined us, and we hope that you go out and find that exercise that gets your blood pumping that you love to do. Go find your thing.